Respected dear family members, I was explaining continuously for the last 3-4 episodes the importance of Puranas in understanding the Indian heritage and Indian values and Indian culture. I very specifically explained to you that one major part of the Puranas. We have got 18 Puranas and 18 Upa-Puranas. Such a huge volume of literature conveying variety of messages. And those messages include the management messages, psychological messages, economical messages, sociological messages, anthropological messages, and scientific and technological messages. Those messages are conveyed as stories, sometimes through discussions, sometimes through question answers, sometimes through educating lessons. And a major part of this communication takes place through stories. But I thought I should also explain some other factors which are very important part of Puranas. Say for example, in Bhagavata, Devahudi and Maharshi Kardama, they are couples, Kardama Maharshi and Devahudi. Their son, Kapila Maharshi, in Bhagavad Gita it is told Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Kapila Maharshi is a wonderful, wise man, terribly intelligent, and knows all the heritage subjects. One day it so happened that Mother Devahudi came to her son and asked the question, I am now 80 years of age. You are a young boy of 24 years. You have learned a lot. I am not that wise, not intelligent. I am very fortunate that I am your mother. I could give birth to an intelligent boy like you. Now I am taking rest. I am reaching on the verge of my life. So you should teach me what is meant by Yoga Shastra. I want to practice the yoga in my life. I cannot directly read Yoga Shastra and understand what is meant by yoga. But if you explain to me in such a way that I can understand, I can practice it, I beg to you that you should teach me Yoga Shastra. Now, Kapila Maharshi explains in Bhagavata, complete and the simplest possible way, detailed explanations of Patanjali Maharshi's Yoga Shastra. Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. If I read Yoga Shastra or you read Yoga Shastra, understanding yoga as a darshana, as a vision. Darshana means vision, not philosophy. Philosophy means Tattva Shastra. Darshana means vision. Generally people use the translation of Darshana as philosophy. Philosophy means Tattva Shastra. Darshana means visions. So, Shad Darshanas are the 6 Darshanas, of which very important and people world over has accepted Yoga Shastra, yoga. The intellectuals, the scientists and also the thinkers have adopted yoga in academic institutes and also in factories and companies where yogasana and meditation are practiced. Where Kapila Maharshi explained the Patanjali's Yoga Shastra in detail to his mother. And once the full explanation was over, Mother Devahudi told Kapila Maharshi that now I could understand Yoga Shastra very well. You explained it to me in the simplest possible words and sentences. I am fortunate enough to have a son like you, and you taught me everything without any complication and confusion. Now my dear friend, my dear son, I would also like to learn Vaisheshika, the Sankhya Yoga. You know what is Sankhya Yoga? Panja Bhuta, Panja Prana, Panja Jnanendriya, Panja Karmendriya plus mind. 4 into 5, 20 plus 1, 21. Sankhya means Sankhya, number. So 21 factors. Panja Bhuta, Prithvi, Ap, Teja, Vayu, Akasha, Panja Prana, Prana, Vana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, Panja Jnanendriya, ears, nose, eyes, tongue and skin, and Panja Karmendriya, hand, leg, procreatory organs, digestive organs and excretory organs. These are all the 5 into 4 plus mind 21. Those functioning and all the aspects are explained, plus how the materials are composed as atoms and molecules are also explained by Kapila Maharshi himself in Vaisheshika. So the son wrote Vaisheshika and the same son taught the Vaisheshika to his mother Devahuti. So you can see in Bhagavata it is not merely story but explanation of Patanjali's Yoga Shastra, explanations of Vaisheshika. After the explanation of Vaisheshika, Devahuti asked, I would like to know about the Nyaya Shastra of Gautama Maharshi also. Thus Kapila Maharshi explains Nyaya Shastra of Gautama Maharshi in details. Nyaya Shastra means just logic of each and everything. Sthali Pulaga Nyayam, similarly Marjara Kuda Nyayam, and so on. Rajju Sarpa Nyayam. So hundreds of logical explanations are given. Those things are explained by Kapila Maharshi. After that, Veda Vyasa written Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa. Those Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa, from there Advaita and Advaita, these are all explained by Kapila Maharshi systematically to his mother. Thus we can see that when not merely the stories, but within the story, detailed explanations of our heritage knowledge. Even in Bhagavata, one place Lord Krishna explains how to live in the world. A psychological analysis and sociological analysis of the life is given by Lord Krishna to Uddhava just prior to his Swargarohana. That is known as Uddhava Upadesha. And Narada Maharshi, an imaginary figure. Narada Maharshi is the Manasaputra of Lord Brahma. What is meant by Manasaputra? Manasaputra means an imaginary figure. It is a mental creation. So, Narada Maharshi is advising Prachina Barhis on the bad aspect of performing yagas. Bad aspect of performing yagas. Animal sacrifice and killing the animals in the name of spirituality and religion. These are all systematically explained by Narada Maharshi to Prachina Barhis. And Jadabarada, Bharata Maharshi explains the artificial king of Devas, Raghugana, and what is meant by life. A fantastic explanation of life, a fantastic explanation of philosophy, and a fantastic explanation of the approach on the material life and spiritual life. This is given by Bharata Maharshi. Bharata Maharshi to Raghugana, and how a knowledgeable, a well equipped scholar should behave. All these very systematic, adaptable in the 21st century. Bharata explains that one. Bharata means Jada Bharata, Bharata man explains that one. So here you can see not merely story. Story is used as a vessel, and the messages are put in the vessel and given to you. And another similar example you can give, if you want to eat vitamin B complex or multivitamin capsules, the capsules are taken within the plastic cover. Suppose outside itself you are removing the plastic cover and putting the multivitamin granules into your mouth, what will happen, you know? It is so bitter that you will vomit. But if you are taking the capsule, eating the capsule with water, your tongue will not be knowing the real taste of the bitter taste of the multivitamin granules. It will be directly going to the stomach, and the capsule will automatically get digested off, and the granules will be coming out in the stomach, and the body will be absorbing the multivitamin granules. So the body will be getting all the good aspect of the medicine or vitamins. At the same time, the tongue will not be having the bitter experience of the bitter taste of the vitamin granules. Like that, when all the messages are given, when all the heritage knowledge like Vaisheshika, Yoga and Sankhya, etc. are taught through this conversation and a dialogue, it is very easy for us to understand the heritage knowledge. It is very easy to understand the philosophical aspect of the life. It is very easy for us to understand what should be done and what should not be done. Exactly like this, you can see that word in Devi Bhagavata and in variety of other Puranas. So many type of discussions are given, question answer sessions are given among the Trishaktis and Trimurtis. And you know, even in Shiva Purana, Parvati asks a question to Shiva, Lord Shiva. Parvati asked the question to Lord Shiva, her husband, what is meant by sulfur, Gandhaka? So Shiva explains what is meant by sulfur, how it can be used as a pesticide, how it can be used as a medicine. So Gandhaka as a rasa chikilsa tool, that is explained. After the explanation of the sulfur, she asked the questions connected with the tin, metal, Tin, Vanga, Samshodhana, Adhyaya, about a tin. The Lord Shiva explains all aspects of tin and zinc to Parvati. And every processing aspect of these metals are also explained in that one. So one can see that about the universe, Mahamaya explains the boundaryless or the limitless cosmic system to Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and about many type of materials and processes and products to different people, and the philosophy and the psychological and sociological and economical and anthropological and materialistic aspect of the life to different people, and what is meant by spirituality, what is meant by applied spirituality. These are all the aspects given indirectly through Puranas, even though they are all presented as stories. So I and you should understand that one. Instead of reading directly the Patanjali's Yoga Shastra or Kapila Maharshi's Vaisheshika or Gautama Maharshi's Nyaya Shastra, if you are going through the story based Bhagavata or Devi Bhagavata or Skanda Purana, those in-depth knowledge can be diluted, and for our requirement level we can understand them very systematically and also custommatically. Now remember that as far as we are concerned, we are not going to teach every subject to others. If it is the minimum requirement of our understanding, these Puranas will be giving us enough material slowly and steadily and rationally and logically as the question answers or as stories, from which we can take the knowledge needed for our satisfaction. May not be going deep into the subject. And last point which I did not tell in my Malayalam explanation, UGC has taken very many historical aspects from Bhagavata. The last part of Bhagavata, Nandavamsha, and the kings of Nandavamsha and how they ruled, what are the country parts are coming under Nandavamsha and Nagavamsha, and so many other things connected with the history are directly taken from Bhagavata to UGC approved historical book. So unlike Bible, unlike Quran, unlike other spiritual literature, major part of the last session of Bhagavata has been taken by UGC for preparing the UGC approved historical books. So Puranas do contribute for the historical aspect also. Kushana Vamsha it is given, and Nanda Vamsha it is given, and you can see in Bhavishya Purana even the Lord system of the Western Britishers has been given, and English language is given in Bhavishya Purana. Revivare cha Sunday cha Falgune chaiva February Shashtischa 60 chaiva Etat Udaharana Midrisha. Revivare cha Sunday cha. Revivaram is known in English as Sunday. Falgune chaiva February. Falguna Masam, the month of Falguna is known as February month. Shashtischa 60 chaiva. Shashti means 60 in English. Like this, Garunda Bhasha is explained in Bhavishya Purana, and also many aspects. Many Muslims used to say Mahamadiya Idi Gyata Mlecha Vamsholbhava. Mahamadiya, Muhammad, namely one person, came to India and he discussed with the Bhoja Raja, and he himself introduced that I am coming from Mlecha Desha. Mlecha Desha word means from dirty country. That itself gives enough proof for our Zakir Naik and M.M. Akbar. How was Arabia known as? Mlecha means dirty. Desha means country. Mlecha Deshotbhava Mahamadiya Iti Khyata. And he started fighting with the Bhoja Raja, and finally Bhoja Raja killed Mahamadiya. This is the story. Happened in something like 10th century or not. And M.M. Akbar and Zakir Naik takes a small part and say that when Prophet Muhammad is explained in Bhavishya Purana, one should know that when the explanation goes in such a negative way that Muhammad himself admits that I am coming from a dirty country, and he argued Smasrudhari Lingachedi. Smasrudhari, who has got the beard, Lingachedi, whose penis is cut, and I am belonging to Mlecha Desha. And he argued and he started fighting with the Bhoja Raja, and finally Bhoja Raja killed him. I do not know whether Zakir Naik or M.M. Akbar or those who are thinking that all the details connected with Prophet Muhammad is available in Bhavishya Purana, they are telling like that. And they should tell this part also, then only it will be complete. Similarly, another lady asked me that when Isha Masihoham, I am the Isha Masiho. Like that, Jesus Christ has also come to India, and he lived in India. It is true. In Bhavishya Purana, whether it is told or not, one thing is true. Jesus Christ ran away from Israel, fearing his own people there, and finally settled in Kashmir, and he lived for about 68 or 70 years, and finally he died here, and the tomb of Jesus is available nearby Srinagar. I was fortunate enough to see that one also. I have also explained. So in Bhavishya Purana, where many parts are composed in the 18th and 19th century, that also you should remember. The original part either removed and a new part incorporated, or without removing the original part, so many new parts are incorporated. So in Bhavishya Purana, that is permitted, but in other Purana, generally not permitted. But remember that in Puranas, addition, deletion, modification and corrections are permitted, because they are stories. Since they are stories, addition, deletion, modification and corrections are permitted. So like historical facts are also available in the Puranas. One should remember that and learn and understand Purana. By these words, I will conclude the series of explanations of Puranas. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.